Hi students, how are you today? Yes, today current affairs news are very hurtful, very painful. News are every day we are hearing. Okay, I don't repeat some words because you know about the current situations of our. Okay, and again we will we will aware with this current situation and how we overcome it. Okay, the main problem is the novel coronavirus and keep social distancing, wash your hands, use proper mask, and and then what? And then what? Yes, awareness about this novel coronavirus. Okay, in previous class, we are talking about the reproductive systems. The reproductive systems of human beings. We already learned about the reproductive system of flowering plants and other organisms, living organisms, such as amoeba, paramecium, hydra, etc. And that they will the reproduction that may be known as the asexual reproduction, and we are studying about the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, we are studying the first is the flowering plants. The flowering plants sexual reproduction we already studied about that, the sexual reproduction of flowering plants. Now we are going to study about the reproduction in human beings. And in previous class, we are discussed about the reproductive structures of male and female. The coordinating organs of reproduction of male and female system. In previous class, we discussed about the male reproductive systems. Just recollecting that points, male reproductive system consists of pair of testes and then pair of testes, duct, glands and penis. Okay. The male reproductive system is the production. The male reproductive system produced the male reproductive sperms. We already learned about that. Okay. And then this is the fluid medium. The sperms is this fluid medium. Because of the presence of some liquid substances. Because of the presence of some liquid substances. That liquid substance produced from the seminal vesicles. That liquid substance is helping the movement of the sperms. That liquid medium, the liquid substance secreted by the seminal vesicle, that helping into locomotion of the sperms. Okay, the liquid plus sperms, like commonly known as the semen. Okay, this is the male reproductive system, the male reproductive part and the production of sperms. Okay, now in this class we are discussing about the female reproductive system. the female reproductive system. This is very complicated part of this chapter. We are discussing about the female reproductive system, but you will learning and reading must your textbook in proper way, and just you finding questions within the textbook. Okay, you should read and write in your notebook in every day. After you listening this class, you should have a notebook and you just writing this question. You are finding questions and answer regularly. Okay, then in this class we are discussing about the female reproductive system. Okay, the female reproductive system that is ovaries. It is mainly consisting of ovaries. The ovary is the main producer of egg cell. Is otherwise known as the ovum. It otherwise known as the ovum. And then the next name is germ cells. Ovaries consist egg cell, ovum, germ cells. Egg cell or ovum or germ cells. And ovaries producing some hormones. Okay. In this female reproductive system consists of vagina, cervix, uterus, ovary, oviduct is otherwise known as the fallopian tube. Otherwise known as the fallopian tube. Okay. Look, the ovaries, the female reproductive system consists vagina, cervix, uterus, ovary, oviduct or fallopian tubes. Look, vagina, cervix, uterus, ovary, oviduct or fallopian tube. These are the main part of the female reproductive system. These are the main part of the female reproductive system. First one, we are discussing about the ovary. We are discussing about ovary. Okay. In ovary is what? In female, there are two ovaries are here. That means a pair of ovaries are here. A pair of ovaries are here. That is located in the both sides of the abdomen. That is located in the abdominal side. Ovaries are two pairs that located in the abdominal. The both side of the abdomen. The both side of the abdomen. Two ovaries are here. Two pairs. this ovary produced egg cell or germ cell or ovum. This ovary produced germ cell or ovum. At the time of the birth, there are, at the time of birth of a girl, there are thousands of egg cells are present in the ovary. Thousands of egg cells are present in the ovary at the time of girl's birth. Okay, and again we just say the first one is the ovary. The ovaries are a pair of ovaries are here. That's located in the abdomen, both sides of the abdomen, and the ovary produce germ cells and ovum. Okay, and this one. Next we say at the time of birth of a girl, they produce thousands of eggs in the ovary. They produce thousands of eggs in the ovary. Okay. But in the case of at the onset of puberty, the girl will reach the puberty stage. Some of these cells were starting their maturity. Okay, and then one egg cell is produced every month by the ovary. One egg is produced every month. Okay, every month by the ovaries. Okay, that is the function and structure of the ovary. The main function and structure of the ovary. Okay, we just repeating these words. Look at that. Female reproductive system. They consist of female reproductive systems are vagina, cervix, uterus, ovary, ovidate or fallopian tubes. Okay. Then the first point is we are going to study about the ovary. First is the ovary, the main part of the female reproductive system. Okay, where a pair of ovaries are in the female reproductive system. A pair of ovaries. Okay, and these ovaries were located in the both side of the abdomen. In the abdominal part, both side of the abdominal part. Okay. The next is the ovary produce germ cells or ovum or egg cell. Germ cell or ovum or egg cell. Okay. At the time of the birth of a girl, there are thousands of egg cells produced by the ovary. Okay. The next is one egg cell is produced, is converted into egg at the time of puberty in each and every month. Okay, that is the all. Yes, you just recollect the main point of the ovaries are one pair that's located in the abdomen. They produce the germ cells ovum, and one is produced every month at the stage of puberty. Okay, and then next is the ovidate or fallopian tubes. It's a tube-like structure. It is a tube duct. Okay, duct means tube. So the fallopian tube or oviduct. These are also two because the continuation of the ovary side. Then each ovary is connected with fallopian tube. So, in female reproductive system, there are two oviduct are there. But in the structure is this one, but two is considered as two. Okay. So what is the function of fallopian tube? But the function of oviduct, only the one function, collection of egg from the ovary. Okay. The function is collection of egg from the ovary. The first important point is collection of the egg from the ovary. Then next another important factor, the fertilization where it takes place in this place, the fertilization site. The fertilization site is the oviduct. Okay, the two major points are we are recollecting, we are repeating. The first one is the ovary. Ovaries means there were one pair of ovaries here, and then they were located in the both side of the abdomen. They producing germ cells, egg cells, or ovum, and at the time of the birth of a girl, there are thousands of eggs present in the ovary. Each and every month after the puberty, the egg cell will produce and mature. Okay, that's the main points of the ovary. The next is the oviduct. Oviducts are the collection of egg. Oviduct are they were collecting the ovum or egg from the ovary. And the next point is this is the point of the site of the location of the fertilization point. This is the point of fertilization. Okay. Then, what is fertilization? We are not about that fertilization. We are studying about fertilization in the topic the angiospermal reproduction. That means reproduction in flowering plants. That means male gametes, the fusion of male and female gametes. That is called fertilization. In this topic, the sperm, the fusion of sperm plus egg cell, that is the fertilization. Okay. Can you guessing the point? Okay. Can you reach the point? Okay. Then next is the uterus. Uterus is a bag-like structure. Uterus is bag-like structure. This is the site of development of the baby. Next point is site of development of the baby. Development of the baby. This is the site of development of baby. Is a bag-like structure also. Okay. Then that is opens into vagina. That is opens into vagina through cervix. That uterus is opens into vagina through cervix. This is the vagina and cervix are the passage of sperms and the baby. Okay, clear? Yes, this is the main part of the female reproductive system. These are the main part of the female reproductive system. And then the sperms will reach into the fallopian tube during the sexual intercourse. After this sexual intercourse, the sperms will enter into the fallopian tube. The sperms will enter into the fallopian tube. Okay, due to the sexual intercourse, the sperms from the male, that is, reach the fallopian tube or oviduct, and then the oviduct, at the time, oviduct collects the germ cell or ovum or egg cell, and then the sperms were penetrating the ovum. That means the rejoining of the sperm and the ovum. That is called as the fertilization. Okay, that is called as the fertilization. Okay. Then clear? Clear? Yes. I just repeating these points again. Female reproductive system. We have already learned about the male reproductive system. The final result is the sperm production. That is the main point. Okay. Then in this class we are discussing about the female reproductive system. In this, female reproductive system consists of vagina, cervix, uterus, ovary, oviduct. Female reproductive system consists of vagina, cervix, uterus, ovary, oviduct, or fallopian tubes. And each and every point is the ovary. The first one is the ovary, the main part of the female reproductive system, the ovary. In female, there are one pair of ovaries are here. They were located in the abdominal, both sides of the abdomen. Okay, and they produce germ cells or ovum or egg cells. Okay, and then next point is the oviduct. You just recollecting this point. Okay, and you should write these points in your notebook in proper way and learning about these points and solutions. And you make your own questions and answer to it. Okay, that must be writing in your notebook, your own notebook, and neat and clean. And you must read your textbook. Okay, that is no way. You should reading your notebook. Okay, and learning very well. And look these points. Next point is the oviduct. Oviduct is the collection of egg from oviduct. This is the collection of egg. The main point of oviduct is the collection of egg, and the oviduct is the point of fertilization. And then after fertilization, look at that. The next point is the uterus. Uterus means the bag-like structures, and this is site of the development of baby. A baby development is under in this bag-like structure, that is called the uterus. That will opens into the vagina through the cervix. This is the main important points of this female reproductive system. Okay, I think you were knowing about this point. Okay, we will discussing just another topic, just another part. Yes. Look, I just writing some sperm that is joined here. That is known as the fertilization. Producing the fertilized egg. This is known as the fertilized egg. Is otherwise known as the zygote. Fertilized egg is known as the zygote. That zygote is planted in the sperms enter the fertilization eggs. They were this point of the location of this one is oviduct. The location is the oviduct or fallopian tube. Look, the sperms joined with the egg, that fertilized egg produced, that means zygote were formed, and then next site is the fertilized egg or zygote is planted into the uterus. And then that is the planted egg, the zygote will develop into the embryo. Okay, the point is the fertilization takes place within the oviduct or fallopian tubes, and the product of this fertilization, that is the fertilized egg, that is known as the zygote. That zygote is planted within the uterus. We are already discussing about the what is the uterus, the structure of uterus. Yes, and then within the uterus, the zygote will divide and multiply to going to form a embryonic development. That is known as the embryonic development. The main point that is that the embryonic development. Okay. Then, in this point, in other ways, a main part are here in this development. Okay. That means the main part, that means that is the main is placenta. Have you heard about placenta? Have you know about the placenta? The placenta helps nutrition from the mother for the fetus, for the embryo. That embryo will going through development, that is known as fetus, inborn baby, that is fetus. The fetus is a small child. Okay, because fetus is a small child, but the developing child, the development under process. But in this fetus, they respect digestion. The old life process are in it, but they can't working itself, because there were the stages of the born stage, that means developing stage. So the respiration takes place, that means the oxygen intake and the carbon dioxide output, and developing with they want nutritive food, but how will that reaches food, that the nutritive substance? It was this fetus. Yes, the nutrition from the mother's blood. And then in this placenta, they have large surface area because of the presence of villus-like structure. Have you know about this villa? Yes, we are discussing about this villa in the digestive system, that is in the small intestine, the small intestine part. Okay, small intestine part, that is the villus. It is a finger-like projection and with the hairy structures. That is a finger-like structure, villus. The main aspects of this villus is, that is, increase the surface area of that part. That helps increase the surface area. Villus is increasing the surface area of this part. For what? For exchange of glucose and carbon dioxide. For exchange of glucose and carbon dioxide and some waste materials. So, the placenta have large surface area because of the presence of villus, villi, commonly known as the villi, the large surface area. What is the use of this? Presence of this surface area is a large surface area. So, the amount of exchange of gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide and some materials like waste materials, that is in proper way. Okay. That is the placenta. That is embedded with the uterine wall. That is connected with the uterine wall. That is embedded with the uterine walls. Okay. This is the placenta. This is the placenta. Okay. And the next point is gestation. Have you noticed about the gestation? The point name is gestation. Gestation. At the time of period of fertilization up to birth. At the period from fertilization up to birth. Fertilization, birth. That time is called as the gestation. Gestation means the time period from fertilization up to child's birth. That is known as the gestation. That period is known as the gestation period. Okay, have you cleared that? Okay. Then we are again discussing about this fertilization. Look at that. Sperms and egg, their fertilization takes place here in the oviduct. That fertilize the egg, that means zygote, that is planted into the uterus, and then zygotes will develop into embryo, the embryo develop into the fetus, that fetus is developed into the child. Fetus is developed into the child. Okay, this is the points. Okay. Then next point is if in this female character the egg is not fertilized at the time of development of egg, at the time of the puberty, that means not fertilized. We are already discussed about every month, at a time of period, every month, the produce one egg each. Okay. Every month uterus, every month ovaries produce one egg for fertilization. For what? For fertilization. And then that is not fertilized. That is not fertilized. That means the ovary produces an egg and oviduct or fallopian tube is collecting the earth for the fertilization. But the fertilization is not done in that time. So what happened? The lining of thick and spongy. The lining of uterus is thick and spongy. That is required to support the embryo. You know about it. That is required to support to the embryo. But in this time, the egg is not fertilized. The lining breaks. That is the uterus lining. That is break, and that egg comes through the vagina with blood, with a lot of blood. Okay, that means again I said, if egg is not fertilized, that means, look, in that time we are already discussed that every month the ovary produces an egg for fertilization. In this time, the ovary produced egg and then collected by oviduct, but not produced. Before, uterus have a lining that is very thick and spongy. That is required to support to the development of the embryo. The development of embryo, the support of the embryo for developing. But at this time, the egg is not fertilized. The lining is break and comes out through vagina as blood and mucus. As blood and mucus. That is known as the menstruation. Menstruation. That is known as the menstruation. That is a cycle. The cycles around 28 days every month. That cycles around 20 days every month. 20 days is every month. This is the female reproductive system. Okay, this is the female reproductive system, and okay, I will give you some questions. About this one. If you learn this topic, if you recollecting these points from this topic, you will write the answer of this question. Okay, and the first one is, what are the parts including the female reproductive system? In human beings, what are the parts present in the human female reproductive system? Okay, the female reproductive system consists of question number, the main parts of the female reproductive system. What are the parts of female reproductive system? What are the parts of female reproductive system? The question is every time is different, but the answer, the many more type questions are here. The answer is one, that is the what are the parts of female reproductive system? Those are the what are they? Yes, vagina, cervix, uterus, ovary, oviduct. So these are the main part of the female reproductive system. And the next point is knowing about, explain the ovary of, explain the structure or function of ovary. Give an account on ovary of the female reproductive system. Okay, let's start. Give an account on ovary. Give an account on the ovary. The points are, the ovary, a pair of ovaries are here. They were located in the both sides of the abdominal side. The function of ovary is the production or manufacturing of the ovules, the ovum, the egg cells, and then they produce thousands of eggs at the time of birth of the girl within the ovary. Each and every month the egg will developing for the fertilization. Okay, this is the second question. Give an account on the ovary. The third question, what is placenta? The second question is, what is placenta? Placenta is the supporting structure of the uterus. What is the function? That's the function that will get nutritive substance, nutritions from the, that will give to fetus, and nutrition from the mother's blood, and these have a large surface area. They have villus-like structures. The presence of villus that will be the increasing the surface area of that part. That is the what is placenta. And then next is, what is gestation? We are already discussing about what is gestation. What is gestation? What is gestation? Gestation is the time period from the development of the time period from the fertilization and to the birth of the child. That is the gestation. That is the gestation. The final question, the fifth question is what is menstruation? What is menstruation? What is menstruation? Okay, if the egg were not fertilized, the egg is penetrating the breaking the lining of the uterus. That is, the lining is very thick and spongy. That is record the support to the embryo, development of embryo. That lining is cut, and then if the lining is break, comes through vagina as blood with mucus, some mucus. That process is known as menstruation. That about the cycle take around every 20 days. Around 20 days in every month. That is process known as the menstruation. Okay. So this is the main points and notes on this female reproductive system. We are discussing about the female reproductive system and also male reproductive system. Yes, again and again we said talking about this your notebook, you should write these questions in an answer in your notebook, and you just find more questions about this topic. That is possible only the learning of your textbook. That means you must read the textbook proper way, and you just listening the class also, and preparing the questions and prepared for exams and collecting previous questions. Okay, I just concluding this today's topic. Today episodes is concluding, and we will discussing another topic in the next class of this chapter. Till then, goodbye and thank you for cooperating with me, and keep calm and keep safe at your home and this class. Goodbye. Bye.